Welcome back to BuildsNotProjects. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We've had a whole bunch of questions on what tools we use, so we're going to go through and kind of talk about all those tools. Just give a quick overview, kind of one at a time. So this is the notcher setup we got going on. This is the VersaNotcher from RogueFab. There's going to be links in the description to all of this stuff if you want to purchase it. This is just a Dewalt corded 1/2-inch keyed chuck drill to run it. I burned up a snap-on drill I had that probably shouldn't have been used for this, but so we'll show this thing in action. The cool thing about it, you can clamp on a bend, kind of how that's shown in there already. You can just loosen these clamps up, rotate. You can rotate all the way around. This can slide up and down as well. So there's a whole bunch of opportunities for weird notches, so it works really well. Show it in action here. So after you get done doing a quick little notch, it fits your other tube perfectly, and then just go over to this here Dewalt. This is a 6-inch bench grinder, and we just clean those up, and then you end up with a nice little notch ready to weld up. So before you notch your tube and you need to bend it, grab yourself one of these RogueFab M600 benders. This thing's awesome. It's got a ton of different adapters for different tube sizes, different radiuses, whatever you want to do. They also make mandrel attachments and all sorts of stuff for these things, so you can keep upgrading as you go along. But we'll just show this thing in action. So pretty quick, easy setup. Just feed it on in. Stick your pin in. It's got all the measurements for offset and everything on the bend. It's got all the degrees as well. And then we got the air over hydraulic option, so you can just hook it to an air compressor and bend away. So there's a quick little 20-degree bend. Makes pretty easy work of tube bending. You just unload it, throw it on the ground, and there's a nice little 20-degree bend. Once these tubes are all bent and notched, you can move on, weld them up. We've been using this Lincoln Electric Pro MIG 180. This has been a great little machine. It does everything I need it to. I just run the 035 wire, I believe. Yep. The 035 wire, they're just a little, like 11-pound spool, so not a huge spool, but it'll get the job done. And then, so you can come over here, and this is a pretty simple machine to use. They've got all the settings inside for wall thickness and everything, so you don't really have to worry about that. You just set it and go. So we'll weld these things up quick. So you smack a couple welds on it, and then if you've got any weird spots, you can go hit them with the old 4-inch angle grinder, 4.5-inch angle grinder. Alright, so once your tubes are all welded up and you need to grind some stuff, I just use this Dewalt 4.5-inch angle grinder. I use a lot of flap discs just because they leave a nice finish when you're done, and then you don't have to go back over it again with a flap disc, unless there's a lot of heavy grinding to do. I got the one with the little paddle trigger on it. I like it a lot better than the ones with the little thumb switch, but that's just personal preference, so choose what you like. Go ahead and grind these things real quick. Little hearing protection. Those ones don't stick up very much, but you can see how you can get a real nice clean finish if you want, or do rounded edges real easy. That's a 60 grit flap disc, so it's not very aggressive at all, but move on to the next one. So moving on to the saw that we get a whole bunch of questions about. This is the little Eastwood mini metal saw. Uses these little 4 3/4 tungsten carbide blades. It's made for cutting metal, so it's got this little catch bin in it too as well. You empty it occasionally, so it catches most of the shavings. It's got adjustable depth, and it's also got a little fence for it. I don't know where it is because I never use it, but it's here somewhere. So we'll show it cutting this tube. It makes pretty quick work of cutting tubes or plate or just about anything you need to cut. So, nice thing about the tungsten carbide is it's not hot. I mean, you can touch it right after you use it on bare skin. It doesn't ever get hot, so that's really nice on that thing. So, we've got this reciprocating saw. This is a Snap-on brand. This is just a cordless version. You can get corded versions, or you can get them in Dewalt brand or Makita, whatever. You can get them as cheap as you want. This is a 1/2-inch electric impact. Use that not as much on like the Odyssey, but use it a lot on car stuff. This 3/8 electric impact, you can get these in multiple sizes and voltages as well. I like this one because it does a lot of the same, like it can almost do what the 1/2-inch one can do, but so it's kind of nice just to have a little bit of extra occasionally. Moving on, this is just a Cape Harbor Freight, the 12-speed, I think it's 10-inch drill, I don't remember. It's a little too small for what I need. Probably going to buy a bigger one soon, but I got this axis vise as well, so you can move it in all positions, but it's too big for this drill press, so it's not very functional or realistic, but it kind of works, so use that quite a bit too. So that's pretty much it for all the tools that we use. There's a bunch of other like miscellaneous stuff in the toolbox, but that's pretty standard stuff, so not going to cover any of that. But there's a lot of other stuff that we would like to get in the future, like maybe a Piranha, like an iron working machine, or even a like a mill and a lathe. Just all that kind of stuff would really help to build what we're building and not have to try to buy as much stuff or try to source it from other things, because some of the stuff's really hard to try to get for what we want it for. So we'll be looking into that in the future, but we've been able to build what we've built so far with just what we've had. So thanks for watching this week's video. If you have any more questions about the tools or anything that we're doing, just leave a comment down below and let us know, and we'll try to answer it as best as possible. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you already haven't, and stay tuned for all the big future videos that are coming out soon.